So now I've got the halter over here, so I've got this hung over my hand. If he were to, say he's kind of thinking of leaving here, I might just kind of set him up and just see what he's going to do. He's kind of not wanting to pay really close attention, so I might just see if I can engage him. He's not sure. See all this work we've been doing with him. So this is a good scenario. I'm going to wait for him, put a little pressure, wait on him, and then there he engaged a little bit, so then I might come around here. There. He's not in trouble if he does that. I haven't done that with him before, really. There, kind of draw on him. But these are all scenarios that you could go through. He's kind of probably tired of all this filming and whatever we're doing here, all this repetition and stuff. Now he's a little more hooked up and engaged. And you could do those things with your horses. You could, let's say this is his corral or his paddock. You could turn him loose. He zips off. You could re-catch him just like I did there. So now I'm going to rub on him here, let him know he did a good job. He came back. So I'm going to reach under here. I'm going to go to halter him. I'm going to wait till he softens just a little bit. I'm going to tie this knot. And we're back. There he's kind of leaving just a little bit, so I might offer him again to soften. I'm going to position him over here just so you guys can see a little better. Very good. That was kind of a nice little demo he just did there, the old outside turn. That was good to see. So one thing you're going to see in all these things is I want to show you guys everything. I don't want to hide things from you. I don't want to oh, this is a perfect world or whatever. I know he looks pretty decent in some of these things, but that right there, that was kind of a big mistake on his part. But it's reality. These things are going to happen. And what I want you guys to understand is in my program, I'm going to encourage you to find things like that so that you can work through it. Because honestly, if this is just perfect all of the time and nothing ever fell apart, what use is that for you guys in learning, right? So, does he know some things? Sure, he knows some things. But he's only 3. He's one of the youngest horses I have right now that I'm riding. So, he's the shot right now that we have for young and inexperienced for this video. But as he makes mistakes, we're going to show you those things and how to work through them. Now, let's just say he's tied up, or maybe I have him like this, but I don't want my halter on, right? You could do this tied or untied, whatever. So I'm going to unhalter him there, but then what I'm going to do, this is just a good habit, say you're in a field or something, or you're in a parking lot, untie the halter, let it drop off his nose, and then just retie the knot right here. Nothing fancy. You just retying the knot. It's loose on his neck, but it can't necessarily slip off real easy. You still have the lead rope here. You're good to go. So you just untie it, retie it around the neck. So he's still kind of half caught. Now, I know a lot of times we don't do that. I don't do it all the time, but if I'm ever in a little spot where I'm oh man, I don't know, a lawnmower is driving by or a tractor, I'm near a road or whatever the thing is that might bother my horse just enough that he walks off, you want to be able to keep control of him. All right, so I'm the same thing. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to scoop up his nose. Now he's a little high, so I'm just going to offer him to come down to me. I'm going to stick my thumb in here, wait for the teeth to open up, his mouth. Then I'm going to slip this here and then slip this here pretty gently. But there's lots of room in this head stall. For me, with these comfort snaffles, I like to kind of ride with them loose anyhow. So people say, well, how loose should it be on the horse? And I just tell them, well, if it's easy to bridle, then that's probably a good position to ride. Now, depending on what you guys do, what you believe in, whatever, if this is too loose for you, you can just tighten it up at this point. Just tighten it up. And then, when you go to take it off, just be real careful, or just loosen this up before you get on them. So you can just kind of adjust things right here like so, and then you're good to go. But I personally, I'm not looking for wrinkles here. I kind of think of it like this, like I'm kind of feeling it with these chaps tonight. I got my lawn johns and stuff on, is if you were to put your belt on, right, and then grab 1 or 2 more holes, right, you're okay, we're good. But then an hour later, you're kind of just kind of fidgeting around like this because all that tension around your waist, right? Your pants probably fit you, so you don't really need to have them tight, hopefully, right? Otherwise, maybe suspenders or something, huh? But it just kind of gets annoying. So you just kind of hook it to where it's good, but it's not tight. Well, I feel the same way about the bridles and the horses. Like there's this rule like, they got to have wrinkles, and I get that, but think about it from your perspective. What would you want, right? I mean, if they got a great explanation for why they have the bit tight, like normally they'll say, well, so he doesn't get his tongue under the bit. All right, that's cool, but have you ever had a tight bridle and the horse still gets his tongue under the bit? What can he absolutely not do at that point? He can't get his tongue back over. It is now stuck, right? The bit is stuck in the wrong position, all right? So he gets it over and he can't get it back under. So in this case, if it's loose, he can get it over, but guess what he can also do? He can put it back under. Now, I get there's different schools of thought on that, but again, it's kind of an opposition reflex. If you want your tongue over, great, have fun with it. But it's going to start getting uncomfortable. When I pull on this bit, it's going to pull on the bars of your mouth, etc. So maybe you'd want it more comfortable, so put your tongue back underneath. He'll learn from that. He'll learn to hold that. The other thing is this bit will drop down in his mouth just a little bit. It doesn't need to drop clear down to his teeth. But notice here, like it's loose, but then watch him there. He's going to pick that bit up and hold it where he wants it, so it doesn't really look loose. You can tell it's loose because of this, but if you were to just look at the bit here, the bit doesn't look loose in his mouth. It doesn't look loose until you look at this part. So those are just some schools of thought. Again, I want my horse to be thinking and to be focused and to try and all those sorts of things. Now, what we can do here with our halters, if you want, I don't normally do anything super fancy, but you can tie your halter up there, and then you can just drop all this out of here, and then just throw a couple loops in here, maybe one, maybe two, and you can play with that just a little bit. Doesn't have to be all perfect, and then you can hang it up. You can do fancier stuff from there, but that's a good little start. So we'll just get rid of that.